Desperado, where we talk about the biggest GTA series after every single episode. I'm D. Adonis, aka D-Man, the director, writer, and actor of Solomon, and here I have with me my special guest, Saint Creed.
What up, bro? How you doing?
How's it going, gentlemen?
Good, not too bad. Just hanging out.
Awesome. Right here we have Devil's Chief.
Yeah.
And right next to him we have the Black Dragon 231.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Now get ready, because we are discussing Desperado. Now, spoiler alert for episode 2. I repeat, spoiler alert for episode 2 of Desperado. If you haven't seen Desperado episode 2, go watch it now. What are you doing? Get off your booty. Link in the description below. Then come back and join us for some discussion. Now, for those who don't know about you guys, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
I mean, I'll start first, my bro. I'm Double Chief, national president and founder of one of the best fist fighting clubs in the community, St. Creed MC. You know, we started as we had a name called St. Creed, Saint MC Nation. And I was like, you know what, man, fuck this shit. I'm starting my own shit. I said St. Creed MC Motorcycle Club. We started May 21st, 2016. We was not into fist fighting until my boy, I'm a Player 100, which is now Apollo Creed for real, introduced us into, fist fighting, glitch fighting, this and that. And the second founder of the club, which is Mike _CX 12, found out how to do the chop and became one of the best in the whole crew. Now, like, half of my members know how to do it. We are recruiting is, we're getting there, spreading out. Our charters are Vespucci and Davis, West Side, South Side gang, and, it's just a lot of things, to handle and you got going on.
I like that. Okay, awesome. Now, what do you have to say about your high loyal fans in the back?
What they doing?
They're over there. They're having a good time. They're joining the discussion.
Yep, definitely.
But yes, do you have anything to add to that, Black?
Yeah, I'm Black Dragon. I'm a charter president for St. Creed. I've been in St. Creed for, I'd say, like 2 or 3 years now. We started off as a small little club that nobody really believed in, so what I could say to all the little clubs out there that are watching, just keep your hope up and keep your brothers close. Your club will be strong one day, you just gotta work for it. Just take pride in your patch and what you do. My fellow 1%ers, we take pride in how we use our ARs, so another message I have is if you're a 1% club, make sure you stick to that. And make sure you watch Lords of Wrath, because them guys be putting out some good videos.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We try our damnedest.
No problem.
They all are over there having a blast. But yeah, so you know what? Let's get right into it, guys. What are your first impressions of this episode, episode 2?
Man, I was like, what? That was crazy, man. Wanted to get some nice show, man. Episode 2, me killed it. Definitely, man. And the intro that you got, it got that little Sons of Anarchy feel, that little, the biker's feel, even though you're 1%, and you made it, believable, like it's nice.
Thank you, I appreciate that, bro.
You put in a lot of work on it.
It truly feels like a like a Los Santos film. Like it's perfect, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna gravitate towards this. You know, I mean, this is a great show, and a lot of work's put in this. I was there. I saw a lot of the work that you guys were doing. Maybe it wasn't for this episode, but you know, sometimes when there, when you know, backstage, when you guys are putting together your scenes and stuff, and it takes a lot of work. These guys put a lot of stuff into this, you know, to entertain people. And this is a great episode. Me, myself, and I was very excited when I heard we're going to the red carpet and going to do this for Desperado. I was very excited. I watched the first one over 10 times, 20 times in the first 3 days I saw it. You feel me? So. It's a great show. I'm glad to be, you know, friends with these guys, and I feel like it's a great opportunity for their club and ours. You feel me? Like
Right.
it's just great. You know, our community
Great
is
opportunity
great.
for the one
What can I
percenters.
say? We do great things.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. You guys are too fucking kind. but
Real shit.
let's get back at hand at task with this specific episode once again. Now let's start from the beginning. All right. The show starts off with comedic intro showing the roles and history of the club and its members while they're taking their mug shots. Right. Now, how did you feel about this intro, and did it give you any new insight to the?
Yeah, the dude Mateo Robbins. Yeah, he cool, man. I like him. He's like he got that little, he cool and all, he's black, don't really see
What I
that
gotta
green and
say, what I gotta say about that part is that guy's record's more squeaky clean than SpongeBob. That's it. That's it. That's just, that was so clean. I was laughing when I saw that. I was laughing. I couldn't stop. It was awesome.
Oh,
all. Is
God,
that
yeah.
Day Day, by the way?
Who?
Mateo.
No, no. No, it wasn't. I know it looks a lot like him, but no, it wasn't Day Day. Okay, so you felt like it gave you a little bit more insight to Mateo, which is good, because I feel like a lot of times Mateo might be like on the back burner for some people's favorites. Now, as two people running a club, has there ever been a time where you had to look at the past history of any one of your members?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
definitely.
Like
You
when? Give me an
always
example.
okay.
Almost every member goes through a background check, and you
Exactly.
know, we look thoroughly into what crews they were in before, and you know what they plan on doing, because you never know. You know, a lot of people out there like to see crews fall apart. You got to be careful on who you recruit. You got to watch who you let into your circle. You know, they got to prove themselves. It's loyalty. You know, me and my guys, we've been together for years now, so when we get a new person, we're really inspecting them, trying to see what they're going to give to the club. You know,
Right.
a lot of people just want money. It's not all about money.
Exactly. Absolutely. It's about a brotherhood, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Like, I
Exactly.
mean, what's the reason of you
I
joining
spend millions
the
on my
emotions?
brothers, warring for them, fighting for them. That's how we do. Keep each
Right.
other's backs, keep them close.
Exactly. Now, after the intro, the Lords of Wrath Club find themselves behind bars in a bind, right? In more ways than one. Not only were they running out of time to pay back the Venturi family that they owed them, but they also had a Venturi goon that witnessed them trying to steal from the Venturi family. How did you feel about this problematic setup?
That was crazy. That was crazy. And then right when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, that's the Venturi dude. That's that guy. Because I saw his face. I was like, that's that one. That's that one. It was just perfect. That was one of the best scenes I could say.
Okay,
That
thank
was
you.
it added a lot of it added like a whole new like atmosphere to like that specific scene, like, and the whole episode. Like when you saw that guy in jail, you were just like, oh shit, like something, just you felt it in your stomach, like, oh shit, these guys are in trouble. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like they can't let that guy get that phone call. or else everything's gonna go down. Everything it's going downhill for them.
Exactly. Adds that sense of urgency, right?
Yeah, that like they need to do that. They need to get out of there. They gotta do it. There's no more ifs.
Is that they're flying a helicopter like right outside? These guys. Oh, jeez. Now, in the following scene in the FIB building, Nicholas and Derek are still trying to figure out why Cooper and the motorcycle club were robbing the mob, right? Now, later in a scene, Cooper is interrogated by them in a nail-biting fashion. Why do you think Nicholas is so motivated to see the MC's downfall?
Because it's just wow. Like wow, like it just. Why would you go like towards the mafia, like not the mafia, not the mob, and just
I feel like
yeah.
I feel like he wanted to destroy the club because like they killed one of his partners. Like in his line of work, what he does, you know, if they're partners, you know, when you got a partner and you're a cop, you're real close to your partner. So if you're undercover, you're doing an investigation, and your partner, his cover gets blown, and they kill him. They make sure you know they killed him, but they don't get caught for it. You know, he vowed to get that club, just like he said. He vowed to get that club, and every other club he encounters.
Exactly.
He'll stick by what he has to do, and that's why I feel like he has a personal hate for that club. And it might not be true for what he's saying. Maybe they didn't kill him. Maybe they did. Nobody knows yet. You guys are just gonna have to stay tuned for Desperado Part 3.
Exactly. I like that. See, look at that. Free promotion.
Desperado Part 3.
For sure.
Desperado Part 3.
This guy.
No.
Broken Film in the chat says when you watch episode 2 and find out episode 3 isn't immediately releasing the next day, and he's in game and he just killed himself right behind us.
That is crazy.
SMC Day Day Savage says that man watched the fuck out the show. He's talking about you.
Facts. Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right.
Show. I had to prepare for this, you know.
And I appreciate that.
I couldn't go out.
No cap. I drank a couple nippers before this, so.
That's good though.
Yeah,
That's good
I
though.
remember when I was episode 1 with the white hair. Y'all see me in episode 1, man. Shout out.
Oh yeah, you do make a guest appearance in the very first scene.
Yeah, and the trailer too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're like, oh, that's you. Yeah.
We do with the white hair.
And it's funny because, you know, I always try to look through the eyes of the people who help us shoot, because the way that I structure it, I don't tell you guys what scene we're shooting, what episode it appears in, and we shoot out of order. So it's usually a surprise whenever you see yourself in a scene because you have no idea that it's coming up.
I know I'm in a couple of scenes. You put me in a couple. I was in a suit with a couple of scenes. I remember.
Right? It's weird.
Scenes they were.
Now, in that scene where Nicholas is interrogating Cooper, the FBI or FIB agent is interrogating Cooper, how did that scene make you feel?
Like
I felt police brutality, yo. They had that nigga all types of messed up.
That's funny.
He didn't look good. He was like he didn't look good. They beat him up. He did not look good. he was having a bad day.
Now let's talk about everyone's favorite part, the riot scene. Let's talk about the riot scene. Now, here was the original plan. Because we, as the audience, didn't get to hear the whole plan because we cut to the FIB building while they were planning, right? But this is like some behind-the-scenes director and writer type stuff, right? Now, the plan was for Mateo who was the VP or the African American with the braids, to start a fight with someone random, and then have everyone join in, and it would cause a riot. That was it. That was the plan. Now Mateo is street smart, right? So he put it on himself to pretend to be this flamboyant gay person in order to start a fight with someone, right? All the while, Solomon, the prospect, would sneak up to the guard tower to get bus keys, and Pierce, the prospect, would quietly kill the witness, and Mateo would then knock out a guard and steal his clothes. Now, how effective did you think that their plan was, and would you have done anything different?
I would have done it the same. I mean, that's the most efficient way to get out of that prison. Like, yeah, I mean, we all did the Reskoski, whatever, that heist, the prison break. We saw how going in and done blazing worked, so I feel like that was perfect. It was a good approach. They did it in the cover of sort of a type of cover. You know, they had kind of cover to do it, so it was smart. You know, starting a riot to then sneak around and find a way out of the prison. You know, that was a good play. It must have sucked for them that the old man wasn't there, because he would have probably helped them, guided them, but they all played their part, you know.
Right.
Exactly. Now, what was difficult about that scene? When I was writing that scene, I had a problem with trying to find a realistic way to have people break out of prison. Now, that whole scene was actually a whole turning point for the whole series. And what I mean by that is that up to that point, the Desperado show world has been based on reality, right?
Right.
Like, all the physics were the same. There's no like magical elements. Everything was realistic. But when trying to figure out the scene, I got to the point where I was thinking, well, to realistically break out of prison, they would need like several days or like months, right? So the only way the audience would accept an unrealistic way was if I made it funny. Thus the SJW war was born. But that was the whole reason why I decided to go that route with that. Now, moving forward, in the death scene with Pierce, right? After Pierce succeeds in his mission, he appears to the audience as being killed himself in a very emotional climax. How did this scene make you feel?
I was like, wow. I was like, my boy with the curls got killed, man. I was like, dang.
Shout out to SMC Day Savage. He was in that scene. He's in the chat right now.
Oh, so he did the stabbing.
Yes.
Okay.
So his character was
Kill my man with the curls, man.
Right now, it was difficult in shooting that scene because I was trying to make it emotional, which I felt like can be detached, because it's a video game. I felt like people can be detached. What's going on, Wild Boy Leah? I felt like people could be detached because people have only known Pierce for one episode. So I had to find a kind of balance in order to make people emotionally invested in Pierce. So my question to you guys was, how hard did it hit you, and were you guys emotionally invested in Pierce?
I feel like it was a surprise to me. Like, I didn't think he was gonna die like that. I thought he might or he didn't even die, but like, I didn't think he would get stabbed like that, and like, I don't know, it was just, it was kind of like, and it was fucked up, cause dude was sitting on the bus, right, and he was like watching Pierce, like, and then bro got stabbed. It's like not even. It seemed like not even 10 minutes ago. Dude was telling Pierce like, yeah, yo, I'm gonna do you one last favor, and then I'm gonna give the patch back. And then, you know, you see Pierce, and he got a knife in his patch. Not even. He got a knife in his back because he's still in the prison suit. He didn't even get out of jail.
Exactly, exactly. So it sounds like it did hit you emotionally.
That was crazy, man.
Hey, what's going on, Wild Boy Dapper?
That boy Dapper.
There you go. Good to see you, man. Thank you for tuning in. SMC Day Savage says, Pierce was my rock. Now, at the end of the show, in the last minute, we finally see our actual characters ride motorcycles for the first time into the night,
Right.
and it closes off with Pierce waking up in a solitary room with Nicholas, the agent, speaking to him over the intercom system. How do you think this will affect the next episode? Do you guys have any predictions?
Pierce might become a rat. We got a snitch alert.
Got a snitch alert.
Snitch alert. That's how I feel. Prospect in the jam. We got a snitch alert.
I feel like Day character gonna get caught and probably set up or stabbed or killed 1 to 3. Like something's going to happen to Day character. And yeah.
Okay.
Well, they probably gonna find a patch, you know, like their little jackets first. You know, they best, you know. 1 to 2.
I hear you. Okay.
That ride to the clubhouse maybe. You know, have little drinks or whatever. Let the guy out of jail. And then like maybe I don't know. Like a little celebration. And then after that they start going for what's name. Like, you know.
Like the character who stabbed him.
Yeah.
Very possible, very possible. But I guess we will have to tune in to the next episode to find out. Right? Now, let's go ahead and get started with our last segment that we have, which is called Notes from Doritos.
Right.
Now, Doritos are what we here at Desperado call our Desperado fans. Now, you can write your questions into @LordsOfWrath on Instagram, @LordsOfWrath, no spaces, for a chance for your question to be aired. But let's see what Doritos Nation has to say. Now, this one is from XL Hunter LX, and he says, "You recruiting?" Yes, we are always recruiting. Once again, go ahead and send a message to @LordsOfWrath on Instagram. We can go ahead and help you out with that. Next question is, what was the most stressful part of filming? This one was from SRMCBC Prez.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, he has a question.
Tell him what's up.
Well, you can right now because he's probably watching.
Oh.
Hi.
What? Can you repeat that?
SRMCBC Prez. And he said, what was the most stressful part of filming? Since you guys have been in the film, let me ask you guys what you guys felt was the most stressful part of it, and then I'll give you my opinion.
Well, I feel like when I was in the scene, I mean, all I had to do was just stand there. But it was like, when we had the job, we tried so hard not to make, like, you know, not to make the not pedestrians, but the NPCs not move. And like, every single time we do make a move, we have to restart the job. It happened like 3 times, 4 times, 2 times. Crazy.
Absolutely, yes. And I would say, yes, the hardest part for me shooting is trying to get people to stand still. Right. Broken Film writes in the chat, how long does it normally take for a episode to be filmed, edited, and gets released? Filmed and edited, man, it really depends on the episode. It's a whole process. I have to build. First I write, but all my writing's done. I write for all the episodes, and they were done a long time ago. But
Right.
besides that, writing can take as quick as a day to as long as a week. But those are all done. For the actual recording, it will take at least like an hour or two to make the scene, because I make the scene in creator mode. And then to actually shoot it, depending on how many action scenes there are, and depending on how often I could get people on and how often I record in a week, I would say at least 3 to 4 shootings, which can take a week to 2 weeks to shoot, and then after that, then the actual editing will go. Once again, that'll probably take me about 3 days maybe. So total about 7, about 8 days spread out for like one episode.
So pretty much like a week.
Oh, a week if I was to work every single day on it. It would take a week and 1 day.
Oh, okay.
For one episode. So there you go. Next question. Have you guys ever thought about, this is from Dead Crowns MC. Dead under
Dead.
Hey Jan, dead underscore crowns underscore MC. Have you guys ever thought about incorporating a bunch of different MCs from the community into the show? Yes.
Yeah.
We actually have. We're actually working on that right now. Special shout out to Johnny Calico. Johnny Calico, he is a modder. He's helping us with a special episode coming on down the road. So we're pretty excited about that. We're gonna be having some guest appearances from a bunch of MCs. By the way, did you guys send your info down to Johnny Calico yet?
Our devils, we gotta do that. So
Yeah, let me do that.
Okay. Well, you guys can do that after the show. But yeah, while you guys are here, shit, yeah, that's 2 people right there. But yeah, so Dead Crowns, yes, we definitely are. We have some plans for the community. My goal ever since episode 1 was to get the community together and to help Rockstar make us another DLC. And I said that from the start. Next one is from GTA MC Community. They write, aren't you afraid of any negative blowback from, say, SJW or LGBT community, especially from the prison fight? Well, first of all, let me ask you guys, do you guys feel like there would be negative backlash from that scene?
nah, I mean like, but nowadays like people be taking things way too far. Like
Yes.
you can't even say something to some kid in school without worrying about getting suspended. So I mean like I wouldn't be surprised if you get some hate. But shit, there's haters everywhere. The haters make us. They don't break us.
Well, I absolutely agree. Now, for me, I actually consider myself an SJW, a social justice warrior. So that social justice warrior, that literally means, he's like, what the fuck? It basically just means someone who, and it's a negative connotation. It's stupid because it's supposed to be a negative connotation, but every word of it means something good. But they're trying to point out that there's too many people who are fighting for justice, which I think is stupid, because I consider myself SJW. I don't give a damn what people classify that as. But anywho, so but yes, I think also too, comedy is the best way to kind of talk about things and poke fun at everything. And I think the best way to poke fun at something, like, man, it's an SJW making fun of SJWs. I think that right there covers my bases. But yeah, but that's your question right there. This one's from Cashout underscore CRMC. What's going on, Cash? He writes.
Oh, Snap, what up, Cash?
He writes, looks good, bro. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Much love, man. This one's from SMC underscore Day Savage. Who is going to be on this episode of Discussing Desperado? I want to go sad face. St. Creed. St. Creed is going to be on this episode.
Yeah.
Next one. The next two are also from SMC underscore Day Day Savage. What is it like behind the scenes working with all these different gamers and personas? Um, as a director, it can be really enlightening sometimes because it's kind of cool to bring together the community under one banner, kind of. Which to me has been fascinating. Like I was just talking today, in the cameo chat that I made with a bunch of the MCs, like we were just chopping it up like all last night, all today. So I mean, it's kind of bonds all of us, even though we all come from different backgrounds, which I think has been pretty positive in the community. But what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about that?
I feel like this has definitely brought all like people together. You know what I mean? Like I know it has brought our club and a couple other clubs, to be cool with each other and just, to discuss better things, and it's brought our community closer. I mean, like when I'm in a lobby, like I'm looking for like my allies, you know what I mean, so that I can help them with whatever they need to do. So like if I see somebody shooting at my boy, or somebody from, even if it's on a lot of occasions, it'll be me and I'll be shooting some tryhard, and then like somebody that maybe my club doesn't get along with, what I mean, they'll come over and they'll actually help me kill the tryhard because we got a common enemy. So it brings our community closer like that. Like whatever beef we got, we put that aside so we can fight other communities and shit. So I feel like Desperado has really brought us together.
Damn, dude, I like that shit. How do you feel about that, Devils?
I mean, look at this. I mean, one, I'm so excited to you see like Dirty Worker. I finally got to talk to him because I always wanted to meet him. Reaper Lords, talk to a few of them. Uh, a couple more MCs. Oh, Lee, just ignore the background. I don't know what the heck. But so I'm glad to meet all these MCs. I'm glad to see that my boys are getting, more closer, normal to the MCs in this world. Like, as long as we're spreading, everything's cool. But at the same time, behind all that, you still got people coming after you
Yeah,
over like
absolutely.
the dumbest things, or for no reason, and I hate that. I don't like that. That's what it's just like it confuses everybody. You focus on one thing, you got that MC focus on you, ready to just shoot you, and it's just like what does this MC community turn into?
So
They make
if you could say, we're on live right now. If you could say anything to the MC community, what would it be?
Stick together.
stick the fuck
You see
together. That's
another, if
all I
you
gotta
see
say.
another, if you see another person with MC at the end of their crew tag, and you know they're MC and they're in trouble, you should try and go and help them, regardless on if they're enemies or not. Because it's gonna get to the point where we all gonna be losing. We stick to a code, us one percenters, you know what I mean? And
One,
tryhards and other, not even, you don't even have to be a tryhard no more to not use what we use. They got a lot of shit on here, so if we don't stick together, we're gonna get mowed down. We're gonna get laid down if we're trying to fight a group of tryhards at least.
Absolutely.
I hope one day,
um,
I hope one day we'll be our community, and all of our biker clubs will be able to stand up and take over this game again, to where there's not a lot of tryhards and nobody's getting blown up trying to deliver their product.
hey, I just got something to say on that. I cannot wait till Red Dead Redemption 2 come out, cause y'all do
Oh
know
yeah,
that the 1% code 99, none of that is not gonna be on there. So I'm gonna be having
yeah.
fun.
We're gonna be
This guy.
riding.
I'm gonna be
When
having
that
fun.
comes, we going full on recruiting on there. Red
Yeah.
Dead Redemption will be awesome.
There you go. All right, and this next question is also from SMC underscore Day Day Savage. She says, "How were you able to get these big names in the community like Dirty Worker and that Day Day guy?" That's a good question, Day Day. Thank you for asking. I would say how we got those people. One, I had a plan. I treated this as if it was like an actual TV show. So I wrote out all the episodes. I hired and paid professional voiceover actors to do everything. I'm a film major myself, so I was able to record video professionally in a professional manner. And I just approached them like, it was business. I kept myself in a professional manner. It also helped that I knew some of them. So, like, for instance, Day Day, I already spoke to Day Day. I already knew Day Day. We hung out with Day Day. Dirty Worker, I had to be, a little bit more tactful because you can't just walk up to somebody, I had to at least build somewhat of a name for myself beforehand, a reputation. And, once I did that, then it was a lot easier to present myself and ask for help. But that's what I did. This next question. Oh, yep, go ahead.
Speaking of Day Day, that's the dude that I met, like, before I met y'all. Like, I was on PS3. As soon as I got on PS4, Day Day was the first person I tested on Instagram. I was like, yo, I need help in the MC community. He taught me around, he taught me stuff, he spreaded me, around. And now look at me, thanks to him, thanks to Striker. But we don't communicate, so I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, without Day Day, I wouldn't be here. That's one fact.
Hey, Johnny Calico, watching in the live stream. Make sure you guys go to the YouTube page.
Shout out to Johnny and Dirty Dragons MC and Red Menace. And more.
There you go. Make sure everyone watching on the live stream to go ahead and go to the YouTube page, Wrath Films. Anyway, continuing on. Why does President Cooper sound like an animated Batman? That one is from OKMC underscore R.VP. Have you guys ever seen that?
Yeah. I've seen it.
So to answer that question, well, first of all, do you guys think he sounds like animated Batman?
Kind of. I don't know. He just sounds like a old biker to me. It's like a rough dude.
Right? Real quick, Day Day says 100% cut ties are not all got potential. Saint Creed. Not all got potential. And then he said Saint Creed, meaning that you guys have a lot of potential.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're an old club. Like, I don't know. We're just an old club. We've been here for a long time, since PS3. So.
2 years.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we're just an old club. We're just doing what we do,
There you go. Now to answer the question of OKMC underscore R.VP, why Cooper sounds like animated Batman is because the actor that I got is actually a professional voiceover actor who does trailer voiceovers. So he is one of the guys that does In a World. Yeah, so he's a professional voiceover actor, that's why.
Yeah, I can tell. In the world.
And then this last one is from wildboy.dapper. What's going on, wildboy.dapper? He writes, what kind of impact? He writes, what kind of impact do you think Desperado will have on the MC community as a whole? So the MC community or the MC as a whole. I'll take that as both. So for the MC as a whole, it's got us more attention. We had people in open lobbies come up to us and be like, oh my God, I love you guys, or, I love your show, or whatever. Like, I haven't had, like, let me take my picture with you yet, but I've gotten, like, people like, hey, let me ride with you, or whatever. We had people who wanted to join us and made it easier for recruiting, all that jazz. But that's kind of the benefits that we've gotten from that. As far as how do I think Desperado will have an effect on the MC community as a whole, let me turn that to you guys. What do you think?
Well, this show, you really are getting this show spreaded because Dirty Worker himself is like, one of the most potential, big man in the club community. So he known pretty much by everybody. And it's like when you gave him, an opportunity to spread out the show, your show just got popular, just like for real.
Mm-hmm.
And who else? You got Johnny Calico, that's his name?
Yep.
And he does like mods for the show. Then you have us, Wild Boys, Striker, and many more, Lady Devils, Wolfpack, many more clubs that's coming in. Bianchi Crime Family, Red Menace. It's a lot of clubs that's coming in to help. Because you made this show, you know how it is today.
Absolutely. So it's definitely getting people to come together.
Yes, definitely.
There we go. But yes, I think that will do it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys for coming on. Once again, this is Saint Creed's MC, so I'd like to thank you, boys. If someone is interested in learning any more about you guys or getting a hold of you guys, interested in joining, what is the best way to contact you?
Instagram is at Saint Creed MC, and you can hit us up by 77MC_Prez or 77MC_Black without the K.
Okay. Awesome. All right.
And,
go ahead.
Make sure that you guys check out Desperado episode 3, man.
Hey, it's gonna be fun when we have it, man.
Hold on, wait.
What?
Yo, Day. I don't know if you're watching live or not, but add me back. That's all I gotta say.
There you go. Day.
That's it.
Day is like, I want to be on the next episode. All right.
Bring it in.
All right, and we will catch you guys later. Once again, that's our time. I'd like to thank our special guest, Saint Creed, Devil's Chief, and Black Dragon. And this has
a good time, bro.
Booyah. And this has been Discussing Desperado.